Hello traders, what's up? Welcome back to MJ Crypto. Just yesterday, I gave an amazing signal in my technical analysis training group. Those who have actually graduated and have become traders on their own. Gave them some calls yesterday and the profits were actually amazing, guys. They were actually amazing. And guess what? I used a simple strategy to actually give that settle. But anyway, that's by the way, this is BNT USDT, and I want to analyze this pair with you from the get-go to where we are right now using using the 3 days time frame. Now, you can see where we are. Started off from here. Just look at the history of these assets. Look at the history. Let's look at the history together. Let's look at the history together. Look at what price did, came down. This was the all-time high, rallied down to the downside and back again to this key level. All right, back again towards this key level. Now, we're not going to bother ourselves about all of these things happening here because that's actually too far. We want to look at the current and immediate price action of support and resistance now. And that's brought us to this particular axis. Now, what do you think is going on here currently? What do you think is going on here? Does this look like an accumulation or does this look like a redistribution? Now, there's something I often tell my students and anyone who has passed through me, who has learned technical analysis from me, is that we do not want to predict what the market will do. We're not here to predict. Whatever the market wants to do, that's the market's business. It's not left for us to predict what the market will do. We only want to be a partaker of the movement of price. I repeat, we're not here to predict what the market will do. We're only here to become a partaker of the movement of price. Now, a typical trader will say, oh, this looks like price is going towards the upside and let's look for buys. No, we're not trying to do all of those things. We just want to know where is the liquidity resting. First of all, that's number one. And number two, is there high amount of volume in the market? Now, volume drives price. All right, volume drives price. Now, if there's no volume, the market will range. That is why we have a ranging market where there's no volume. Now, we want to know where is the liquidity coming from and where is the volume coming from? Those are the key things we want to know. And by so doing that, we'll be able to detect where exactly we should be trading from and where we should be trying to avoid. All right, where we should be trading from and where we should avoid. Now, if you look at this setup very critically, look at this setup. Look at this box, right? I've plotted out all the key levels already. I'm going to take this out. If you look at this box now, you see all the key levels. We have one here. We have one here. Another one here. We have the third, and then we have the fourth. Now, what do you see here? You can see this big wick here, this big spike coming and then taking out all the liquidity resting above this high. You can see it, right? Good. Now, this is to tell you that there was a high amount of volume coming in, but what was that volume doing? Was that volume pushing price to the upside, or was the volume just a liquidity sweep or liquidity grab? Now, for those of you who do not understand all of these terms that I'm using and how I make analysis, see guys, listen, you really need a good mentorship program, all right? And I'm offering you that for a token of just 25 USDT, $25, real time. And you have access to all of this information right at your footstep and at your doorstep, right? So click on the link in the description and sign up so you don't miss out on all of these gems that I'm pointing out here. This is just the preamble. The real training is way more than this, but I'm just giving out this to understand exactly what I'm saying now. So you can see here, big spike, taking out all the stop losses because retail traders have been taught, or rather have been trained to use chart patterns to make their analysis, right? So now, a typical retail trader would see this zone. Typical retail trader would see this zone, see this zone, see this zone as a double top, right? Because they would feel that, oh, price has come here, price has come here. The next thing we want to do is to wait for price to eventually what? Come down. But guess what, guys? Guess what? Here's the juicy part. Retail trading is not as profitable as smart money trading. Now, do you know why? Because liquidity is what drives the market. If there is no liquidity in the market will be at a stall. Now, the next question I know you want to ask me is, what is liquidity? Liquidity refers to areas where you have large stop orders on your chart. Now, liquidity is always going to rest above highs and lows, equal highs, equal lows, above resistance and support, above demand and supply. So anywhere you have a retracement or a reversal, liquidity is bound to rest above or below those areas, right? Good. Now we understand that oh, there's actually a level of liquidity resting here. Level of liquidity resting here. And guess what? That liquidity has been taken off by this week. Right now, we want to be very sure to actually know that, oh, this was not another kind of um, a double sweep. Okay, it's not a double sweep. It's not a double sweep. We want to be sure to understand that this is actually a liquidity sweep. Now, wait for price to break below this previous support holding price, right? We want to make sure that price breaks below it and closes below it. Now, when price does this, it is now very sure that, oh yes, if we could take out the resistance and break the support down, means price wants to go down to the very bottom, meaning the volume here was never to push price to the upside. It was never to push price to the upside. It was a trap, and we're going to be trading that trap. Now, this is 3 days time frame. I'm going to head over to the 1 day time frame right now. Head over to the 1 day. So exactly you see what I'm saying. You see it? Good. Now you see all of these areas here, this big wick coming in, it's a fake out. Now, if I plot my indicator, my heat map, plot my heat map volume, I want to know the intensity, okay? You can see 106 million US dollars, 106 million on the daily time frame. That was the amount of volume we had in this day. And I think that is the highest we've actually accounted for since this project was listed, right? Since this project was listed years ago, right? So I want to remove this indicator right now. I want to take that off. I want to take that off right now. So now we know that, oh, if price breaks below here, it means we're coming down towards find support from the base. But if price doesn't break below this level, and somehow, some way finds a good amount of volume here again, then we're going to break this resistance and flip to the upside. Now it means that buyers have stepped in again to regain momentum. Now I'll put my normal volume indicator now. Anybody who knows me, they know I don't trade with indicators, but the only indicators I trade with is volume, because that is what shows you if we're having a trend or not. Just look at the areas where we had low volume. What will price do? Price will just keep, consolidating and all of that. You get so you can see we have high amount of volume here. So if at the end of the day we had a sell volume here coming in, right? Very huge sell volume, and price breaks below this level, then you should be thinking of tanking down to 0.14, 0.4190. Yes, we should be thinking of tanking down all the way down. Now let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what is happening. What exactly is going on? What is going on here? Good. The same base. Do you see it? The same key level. It respected it. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, this is the simple approach you need to approach the market with. If you don't approach the market this way, I'm sorry, brothers, sorry, sisters, you may just be playing with your hard-earned money, right? So this is the only way that you can approach the market, right? The only way you can approach the market in a sensible way. Now, if price breaks below here, I'm going to set my line here. I'm going to set my line here and then put my alert. Put my alert. Right? I'm going to put my alert. And then put this break of structure, or let me just say awaiting chalk on BNT. Yes, and I'm gonna put this on alert. Crossing the trend line down. Okay. Chalk BNT. So I want to actually notify. All right. I want to be notified. I want to be notified when this thing happens, and yeah, I want TradingView to actually notify me. So I've plotted my alert right now. So TradingView is actually going to notify me. Price crosses down. I'll wait for the retracement and I'll take my entries from here and target this guy right here. So now let's see what our target is going to look like. What our target would look like. 18% without leverage. Now, if I'm using a 10x leverage, just imagine what that would be if I'm using a 10x leverage. So you see how I was able to analyze this pair, knowing the psychological movement of price and how these things were moving, right? You saw it yourself. And believe me, this is the only true way anybody can analyze any pair. It's the only way, actually. There's no other way to make analysis. All right, so guys, one love, peace out to you all. I really do appreciate you subscribing to this channel all the time. And, I keep giving you back to back, good content that will make you profitable in the long run. So sign up for the mentorship. The link is in the description of this video. Get it done. Get it done real quick. So you keep your portfolio afloat so you don't sink, right? One love, peace out, cheers. Love you all so much. God bless you and bless every of your endeavors as you keep trading.